I'm back off 2 back-to-back consecutive holidays. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I've been to Chicago, and then I was back about 3 days and I went straight off to Santorini. Both were really short trips, 5 days, 4 nights, both of them. But what I thought I would do is share with you the miniatures I packed. I always have a little bag ready to go, always on the idea that I'm going to be whisked off somewhere, which rarely happens. I do all the organising when I travel most places. But what I thought I'd do, and these are a little bit tatty looking, so forgive me. I wanted to completely keep it authentic for you and show you exactly what my bag looked like by the time I got back. And it made me realise I'm kind of addicted to beauty miniatures. One, I'm like a magpie when it comes to a miniature. I love to grab a miniature. If I see them on counter, if I see gift with purchase, anything like that, I'm always grabbing them. If they're sent to me, I always keep them. So here they are. For a start, I've talked about this before, the secret to packing like a pro is to pack in clear bags. If you open any hairdressers or makeup artists, stylists' bag of tricks when you're on a shoot, and I used to work on magazines, so I've seen all the best, they would always have everything in clear bags, not normally as expensive as the Anya Hindmarch one, which is ridiculously overpriced but lovely. They would have them in huge, great big, if they're makeup artists, this is MAC, but I showed you the Marks & Spencer's one before, because you can see everything straight away. And I like mine in clear ones, and then I leave them on the side and I can find exactly what I need. So let's have a look what I have in my bag that has taken me through 8 time zones in 8 days. Quite an achievement. Chicago, it was cloudy, overcast, humid and warm, so hair nightmare. And in Santorini, it was hot and dry and really, really windy. I mean, the pictures on Instagram, trust me, each one of those has 100 outtakes where my hair is just completely wild. And I took everything in a little bag like this. So let's have a look what I took. What shall we start with? Let's start with the fact that I never travel anywhere without Indeed Hydration Booster. This is Indeed Hydration Booster. It's been hard to get hold of for quite a long time now, but it's come back, and I think they're highlighting the fact that it's got niacinamide in it. But it is such a great milky, suits all skin. It says it's for dehydrated skin serum, and it's the one I use with me on planes. It's actually not hyaluronic acid, it's loaded with glycerin, and it really does suit everybody. You can put it over makeup, you can put it under makeup, it goes straight onto sun stressed or sensitized skin. It's just an absolute godsend. If you use hyaluronic acid and it's tight, if you're flying and your skin feels tight, this is the thing. And it's really reasonably priced. It goes on over everything. So often when I'm abroad, I mean even in the UK, I tend not to wear a lot of heavy moisturisers. I tend to layer on a lot of serums. So I'll probably be a hyaluronic acid, an antioxidant, and then that. Now, 2 cleansers that I always rely on while I'm away, that is, and I would happily use this full size if I had it. This is Kiehls Centella Sensitive Facial Cleanser, and this is a rinse off non-foaming cleanser, the type I like, with the magic microfiber cloth from Primark. And actually with a microfiber cloth, it will get rid of all of your makeup. However, I was shocked when I was in Chicago to use a lot of my favourite cleansers without the microfiber and just with a hotel flannel. And I did have to have a second step or a first step. I mean, if it's the second step, rinse it off as well. I did need a micellar water to get rid of my stubborn stripper lash mascara and liner. And this is the one, I would use this full size in the UK. This is just a little travel one. This is La Roche-Posay Micellar, Eau Micellar Ultra. And it's for the most sensitive skin. So unscented, super gentle, really nice. You could use that first and then that afterwards. But what I was actually doing was using that with a flannel and then going in, wiping my eyes, the panda eyes afterwards, and then rinsing clear away. Always rinse your micellar water away because it still is a detergent. What else have I got in here in terms of miniature? Look, I'm obsessed with miniatures. How about these 2 little dinkies? Little rinky dinkies. This is a miniature CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser. You know I love this. It's the Hydrating Gel Cleanser. Very similar to this in the sense that they are both non-foaming, gentle, sort of almost milky gel cleansers. And then, not that I ever needed it, but sometimes I stick this everywhere on my body. If ever I'm on a flight and I look down, it's always my legs that dehydrate first and my hands. This is CeraVe moisturising lotion. So it's just a little miniature version of the tub and the pump that I use a lot at home. Other things I've got in here, let's have a look. What have I got? I'm actually looking at these and discovering them. Natural moisturising factors, NMF from The Ordinary, which is just a really nice lightweight moisturiser. It's lighter than the CeraVe, but it's a great one if you need a little bit of extra. In Santorini, we had air conditioning, so my skin got quite dry in the air conditioning, and it's a nice one to put under makeup. It's a really, really lovely one. Essentially, it's all the amino acids and the urea and the hyaluronic acid that you find in your skin's natural moisturising factor. That's the sort of the barrier that your skin produces between you and the outside world to keep your skin waterproof. Let's have a look if I've got any other skin. Now you see, shows you how much I steal things, acquire things. Oh, for hair, I do love a miniature. And when I'm away, I always use masks because my hair is so prone to damage. That's Pantene ProV. That's their 1 minute wonder. They call it an ampule. It's a miniature tube that you snap the end off. It's really good. And then for a blow dry cream, I've got Kerastase Cement Thermique. And there's hardly any of that left now. Now I'm holding that up to the light. Again, they're all miniatures. I love the fact that they're all miniatures. But as I was saying, the fact that I steal things from hotels if I see them and I like them says it all. While I was in Santorini, I fell in love with Apivita, which is their Greek bee-based range. And this is their Greek honey and orange shampoo. It's, I quite like to, when I'm on holiday and my scalp's quite oily and I've been out in the heat and I've been using SPFs and I've been swimming, and I quite like to deep cleanse my scalp and my hair, and it smells delicious. The conditioner wasn't rich enough for me that went with it, but I thought that was really nice. And actually the shower gel was quite nice as well. But I tell you what I did steal. I stole the little travel soap. This is their chamomile and Greek honey natural soap. And the reason I'm telling you I like it is because quite often I travel and I don't take a bar of unscented solid cleansing bar with me because I've talked about this before with Jo Jones. I can't use scented shower gels anywhere sensitive, which is funny because I'm not sensitive at all, but the fragrance makes me itch, and I was stuck with this for 4 days, 4 nights, 5 days in Santorini, and I used it every single day and it did not make me itch. It's very, very, very lightly fragranced, but very lightly fragranced. It's a really nice, gentle cleansing bar. If you're in a hotel and you see this range, check it out. I think it's available, might be available in Cult Beauty. I'll find out anyway and put all the details down below. It's generally not my sort of thing because it is fragranced, but I think for bath and body, it's absolutely brilliant, and shampoos. What else have I got in here? Look, I'm always stealing miniature toothpastes. I think I got that one from Uchenna's because she has them in the ladies when you go to her, and you can just grab a handful. And I think these two Colgate, I do love Colgate. I was telling Uchenna the other day on a video, I do love Colgate. Something about the taste of it that reminds me of my childhood. These are 2 Colgate Sensitives, and I think I got these from the amenity bags on British Airways. Anyway, never travel full size if you can travel on a miniature. And this is one thing I did know. I know for sure that I got off an amenity because I flew on air miles to Chicago with British Airways. And this is the White House Spa Relax. I personally prefer a spray. And the reason I prefer a spray is because, yeah, they're nice on your wrist, obviously. I mean, it's lovely. It smells of spas. It's essential oils. You can smell it. I should actually know what that says on there. It's lavender, clary sage and peppermint. So the idea is it wakes you up. However, the reason I like a spray, if anybody's listening and they do amenity bags, is because planes always smell really bad, because when you get to 30,000 feet, everybody gets gas and they take their shoes off. And so if you can spray around the area, around your seat. It's actually not for your skin. I prefer it just for the area. But if you put it on your wrist also, you can breathe in as well, but it's just nice. I remember flying once with Sue Harmsworth, who was the founder of Spa, and she used to have these little spritzes. And one was calming and one was, and you could always tell if she was on a plane. I remember getting onto a plane and not realising she was there because I could hear this whoosh, 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 and suddenly the whole of the upstairs on a 747 business class smelt like an spa, and I sort of looked up over my thing. I was like, Sue Harmsworth. Anyway, so again, I've stolen that as well. Two other things I've got in here. This is ×10 Revlon mirror, quite cheap. You can buy them in the UK. The reason I always take one with me is because it's got stickers on the back, and it means that you can, when hotels are lit really badly, pluck your eyebrows or your chin hair or whatever you want to pluck. You can also apply makeup in them, but don't forget it's ×10, so you know you do look absolutely huge in it, but it's brilliant for checking out eyebrows and stuff like that if you're on holiday. Who designs hotel rooms must be men, because there's never enough daylight or enough of a magnifying mirror to actually do proper makeup. These are Claire's accessories, or yeah, accessorised hair ties. I'm never far without those. And also, it's very interesting, you'll very rarely find a hotel room that is properly soundproof, because you hear people coming and going and slamming doors and all that sort of stuff. So I never travel without wax earplugs, and I got these in the States. These are Max silicone earplugs, and they're absolutely brilliant. They're sort of little balls of, these are obviously unused, silicone that you shape and warm and then put in your ear, and then you hold them to your ear, and as you pull out they create a little bit of a vacuum, and they work. They're the best I've ever found, better than those normal spongy ones. They're really good. I think I got those in CVS. CVS do their own brand anyway. And now they're the things I've actually travelled with, but while I'm here I need to do a huge shout out to a friend of mine who's created something that I will be travelling with forever on, and that is Ruby Hammer. Ruby Hammer is an amazing makeup artist. I've known her for at least 20 years in the industry. She's 3 years older than me and looks 20 years younger. She's a force of nature. She was creator of the original Ruby, co-creator of the original Ruby and Millie makeup, and she's just wonderful. And when we worked together on the Tangle Teaser campaign, she said she had something exciting coming up, little products that were going to be dropped on every so often, and she was going to carefully curate the products, and this is genius. And this is the RH Ruby Hammer magnetic brush set, and comes in a little box like that, and you open it up and you think, oh, what's so special about this? Oh, it's been beautifully designed by a woman who knows her stuff. She's as talented as she is lovely, and she's absolutely gorgeous. There are no rules on how you use this, so no rules on which brush end you use, but I would suggest that is eyeliners and brows, sort of angled end brush. That would be lips, and that one would be for eyeshadow and blending, but there are no rules, but this is what's clever. Can we just appreciate that? So what you do is you, whatever order you want them in, so you can put that on the top. That's also magnetized. You can use them separately. You can stack them up to get a good handle and angle on your brush. Genius. It's really clever. Why has nobody ever magnetized brushes before? Or if they have, I don't know about it. You can tell that she has thought through that really, really, really carefully and cleverly, and it is absolutely brilliant. Let me find out where it's available from, because I've actually got the press release here. It only arrived when I got back from Santorini, so I'm not saying I have travelled with this, I'm saying I will be travelling with this forever on. It's £28 and it's available at rubyhammer.com, and it's a magnetic brush set. So it is 1, 2, 3 brushes in one. Ruby, I love it. Well done. They are my slightly tatty, slightly messy, but let's keep things authentic and real, travel minis. If I love them small, trust me, you're going to love them just as much full size if you can't get hold of the miniatures. But also some hints and tips on how to pack and keep your luggage as light as possible, because nobody really wants to carry around loads of luggage when they're on holiday. And then an introduction to a brand new goodie. This is Ruby Hammer's magnetic brush set, and I love it. Well done, Ruby. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll put all the details of all the products down below, and let me know what you travel with. What are your absolute never leave at home essentials when you travel anywhere, city to beach, sightseeing? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you soon.